So, you want to be a better gamer? Well, this video is for you. Some of us might consider ourselves pretty good gamers, but in reality, there's always room for improvement, and sometimes we may not be as good as we might think. So today, you're watching Gamer Brain, and we have 13 small tips to make you a better gamer. And before we get into this video, if you like our content, remember to leave a thumbs up down below. And if you're new to the channel, then remember to hit that subscribe button. Number 13, starting at the lowest difficulty. Starting at the lowest difficulty within a game can be the difference between a successful playthrough or an early rage quit. Start off by playing on the lowest difficulty possible and slowly work your way up once you've mastered things like the controls within the game, the level layout, boss patterns, and much more. Starting off easy when playing a video game is definitely one of the most useful strategies to implement when playing. Trust me, it works and you'll thank me later. Number 12, have no interruptions. Now, we've all been in a very important match of COD, Halo, or FIFA, and our little brother, sister, mom, or dad, or whoever the hell else is around us has come into our room telling us to take out the trash or go to the store or something like that. And this is pretty frustrating considering you're in the middle of an online game and you probably can't pause. But let's be honest, whoever interrupted you probably doesn't understand this, so this tip is to make sure that you've done anything you need to do for your family or anybody else before sitting down for a gaming session in order to avoid those pesky and annoying interruptions. Number 11, ensure you're using a wired internet connection. This one is probably the most obvious tip on this list for gamers, but that's to have a wired internet connection when gaming online. Not only will you have better download and upload speeds, you'll lower your ping, and you'll also have less chance of getting disconnected during a play session. This is really important for people playing FPS games like Call of Duty and Destiny, and basically any other game where timing is key. Wire up that internet connection and you won't regret it. Number 10, have lots of energy. Playing first-person shooters or puzzle games can actually use up a lot of energy in your brain due to your reaction time or puzzle-solving skills. So if you don't have a lot of energy in your body, then you're going to be tired, grumpy, and you're not going to perform very well while playing a video game. While personally, I don't advise energy drinks, I do advise waiting until you've had a decent breakfast and a good night's rest before playing competitive or against a friend. Number 9, have some knowledge about the game you're playing. Knowledge, knowing a lot about a particular class or weapon within a game, or just knowing a lot about the game you're playing is a surefire way to beat anybody who doesn't know about the gun or class or the game you're playing. This tip applies to a whole wide variety of games such as Halo, Call of Duty, Counter-Strike Go, TF2, Pokemon, and many more. Remember, knowledge is power, kids, and knowing is half the battle. Number 8, watch YouTube videos or follow walkthroughs. YouTube game walkthroughs and written walkthroughs can truly be your best friend if you're a gamer. Since the early days of video games, walkthroughs have been an essential part of the gaming process. Sure, you might like to figure things out on your own, but if you're really stuck on a certain level within a game, then consulting a walkthrough seems like a godsend. Definitely search up some walkthroughs and you might just find an Easter egg you didn't know about or get through that level that just got the best of you. Number 7, know your controls. This one is pretty obvious, but oh so important. Everybody plays video games differently, and if you play on a console, you can choose between a bunch of different controller layouts, or if you're on a PC, you can customize every key right down to your mouse buttons to literally whatever you desire. You want to jump with the right click button because you play better with it? Then go for it. This way, you can ultimately decide the fate of you or your foe. Number 6, always play the campaign or tutorial mode. Playing the campaign or tutorial before jumping into a game and playing through an online session or doing a speedrun of the game can always help. This will give you time to learn the basics, the little tricks, weapons, counters, good defense, good attacks, and much more, including your way around the maps. And if it's a game that uses single player maps on multiplayer, then it's definitely a must-have to know all the maps. But anyways guys, it's a useful tip to always play some of those early game modes or the tutorial just to get a feel for the game that you're playing. I always do it with my games, I don't know about you guys, but definitely a solid tip. Number 5. Practice makes almost perfect. Well, you can't be perfect in every game you play, but practice in games can go a long way, especially in online gameplay, as tuning your mind and senses to the way the game plays can be very advantageous. A lot of good players normally have hundreds upon hundreds of hours put into a game, and you'll notice the difference immediately between someone with 100 hours of gameplay and someone who's only played the game for a few hours. Number 4. Preparation. Stocking up on potions, perks, weapons, and armor that will do good against the enemy you're going to be fighting is key to playing any video game. For example, fighting against Adluin in Skyrim is a very difficult thing to do without potions or good armor. Or think about fighting the Elite Four in any Pokemon game. Sure, your Pokemon may be strong, but you never know if a move will kill your Pokemon and screw up your plans. That's why an extra potion or two is always necessary, or even extra revives, because preparation is key, folks. I can't stress that enough. Number 3. Have some patience. You won't get very far in gaming without patience. Redoing the same level over and over again is sure to get on anybody's nerves, but you also must remember that in order to succeed, you must fail over and over and over again before you can get it right. This might mean replaying parts of a level you couldn't beat before, or just planning moves carefully, but this also applies to real life in many ways. But this is a countdown about gaming, so let's get on to the next one. Number 2. Variety within games. Don't just play one game all the time like FIFA, because a good gamer always plays all sorts of games, not just one. For instance, someone who only plays Halo all the time really isn't a good gamer. They're just a good Halo player. Same goes for FIFA and COD or The Sims, whatever you play. But however, someone who plays a wide variety of games and is good at all of them is a gamer, and they do not confine themselves to one genre. This is a great tip for gamers in general, because if you find yourself getting bored of a certain game, maybe move on to a different one and come back later and you might do a little bit better. Number 1. Always save. This tip is most important, as nearly everything on this list can be obtained by doing this. It also goes hand in hand with patience. Boss battle, fighting Karstag, about to battle a gym trainer, or capture a Pokemon you've been after. Save your game beforehand, guys. I can't stress this enough, because then if you fail, you can reload and do it again and again and again and again. This can help you learn from previous mistakes and help build your patience. So saving is key, guys, because depending on the game you're playing, it pretty much allows you to have infinite continues, and really, that's not a bad thing.